Hello students, we are reading chapter 9 of class 10 from First Flight, and that is Madam Rides the Bus, written by Valikanan. In the first part we have seen that it's a sensitive story of an 8-year-old girl who has a strong desire to ride in a bus. She gathered a lot of information regarding bus journey, and somehow one day she managed to ride in a bus. Now let's see what happens next, and or we can say in the story. So here we are, page 120. Yes, it was a new bus. Its outside painted a gleaming white with some green stripes along the sides. So it was a new bus, and outside color of the bus was shining white with some lines of green color on its sides. So it means it has some green stripes. Inside, the overhead bars shone like silver. So inside the bus, the top bars were shining like silver. Then directly in front of Wally, above the windshield means front glass of a vehicle, there was a beautiful clock, and the seats were soft and luxurious. So exactly in front of Wally, or we can say above the front glass, there was a beautiful clock, and the seats were soft and comfortable. Now Wally devoured everything with her eyes. So we come to know that Wally just looked quickly at everything in the bus through her eyes. But when she started to look outside, she found her view cut off by a canvas blind that covered the lower part of her window. So, no doubt, Wally was a good observer, and she was just observing each and everything inside the bus, and or we can say she was taking too much interest in looking at just in everything. She was just looking at everything inside the bus. Now when she started, that means when she looked outside, she found that she could not see everything because a canvas blind means we can say canvas is a thick cloth, or we can say rough cloth. Canvas on the lower part of the window blocked her view. It stopped her view, obstructed her view. So she stood up on the seat and peered over the blind. So she stood on the seat and tried to just see from above the canvas cloth. She just wants to look at everything. That's why she has already looked at everything inside the bus. Now she wants to observe each and everything outside the bus. That's why she tried to see from above the canvas cloth. The bus was now going along the bank of a canal. The road was very narrow. On one side there was the canal, and beyond it palm trees, grassland, distant mountains, and the blue sky. So now the bus was moving along the side of a canal, and the road was very narrow. So on one side of the bus there was a canal, and beyond canal there were palm trees and fields of grass. Then on the other side was a deep ditch, and then acres and acres of green fields, green as far as the eye could see. So here we come to know that on the other side there was on the other side of the road there was a trench or ditch. Beyond that, there were large areas of green fields as far as one could see. So it was totally wonderful. There was so much greenery. Oh, it was all so wonderful. So we can say Wally was so surprised, and she was surprised to see that wonderful scene. Suddenly, she was startled. Startled means surprised. She was surprised by a voice. Listen, child, said the voice. You should not stand like that. Sit down. So, when she was just enjoying each and everything outside the bus, she was surprised. She was interrupted by a voice, and that voice advised or warned Vali not to stand on the seat. It asked her to sit down. Sitting down, she looked to see who had spoken. It was an elderly man who had honestly been concerned for her, and but she was annoyed by his attention. So while sitting down, she looked around to see who had spoken to her. An elderly man had given the advice. He was no doubt he was really worried about her. That's why he had warned her to sit down. But she was angry that he had noticed her or was just watching her. That means she just doesn't want to be interrupted by anyone. There's nobody here who is a child, she said haughtily. So we can say now she was just feeling proud that she can manage each and everything outside her house. She was just riding a bus. So she was feeling so proud that she answered proudly that there was no child in the bus. I have paid my 30 paise like everyone else. And she also informed that she had paid 30 paise same as every other person has paid. The conductor chimed in. Chimed in means spoke in between, or we can say joined this discussion, and said to the man, "Oh, sir, but this is a very grown up madam. Do you think a mere girl could pay her own fare and travel to the city all alone?" So, here, no doubt, we already know that the conductor was a jolly fellow. He joined the discussion and said to the man that Vali was a grown up madam. She is not a small girl, she is not a child. A small girl cannot pay her own fare and travel alone to the city. Now Vali shot an angry glance at the conductor and said, "I am not a madam. Please remember that. And you have not yet given me my ticket." So here Vali looked at the conductor angrily and said that she was not a madam. She further told him to recall that he had not yet given her ticket. So we come to know now Vali was just trying to behave like a elder person, trying to behave like a mature person. She just wants to enjoy her bus journey. Now I shall remember, the conductor said, mimicking her tone. Mimicking means copying. So now the conductor, copying her style of speaking, the conductor replied that, I shall remember. That means he would remember this thing. And everyone laughed, and gradually Vali too joined in the laughter. So everyone in the bus laughed, and slowly Vali also just started laughing. So he also joined the laughter. She also joined the laughter. The conductor punched a ticket and handed it to her. "Just sit back and make yourself comfortable. Why should you stand when you have paid for a seat?" Now the conductor just punched a ticket and gave it to her, and then he advised Vali to sit on the seat and be comfortable. He told Vali that she should not stand on the seat because she has paid for the seat. No doubt, when everyone was just trying to convince Vali to sit down, she was just getting angry because she just doesn't want to be interrupted by others. She doesn't want to be instructed by others. So here the conductor just tried to convince her by saying that if she had paid for the seat, that means she should not stand on the seat. "Because I want to," she answered, standing up again. But here Again, Vali said that she was standing because she wanted to stand. So, in this way, she was just behaving in an arrogant manner or a haughty manner. The conductor, but if you stand on the seat, you may fall and hurt yourself when the bus makes a sharp turn or hits a bump. That's why we want you to sit down, child. So, here the conductor again just informs or tried to convince Vali that she may fall down and get injured when bus takes a sharp turn or goes over a bump. So that's why he just tried to convince her. But at the same moment, he addressed Vali as a child and then requested her to sit down. I am not a child, I tell you, she said irritably. I am 88 years old. Of course. How stupid of me. 8 years. My. So she again angrily told that she was not a child. She was 8 years old. Now the conductor told that certainly she was 8 years old and it was stupid of him to call her a child. So in this way, no doubt the conductor was trying to make fun of her, but he was just trying to be friendly with her and just tried to convince her to sit on the seat. The bus stopped. Some new passengers got on and the conductor got busy for a time. Now we come to know that the bus stopped and some new passengers got into the bus and now the conductor got busy for some time. Now Vali, afraid of losing her seat, Vali finally sat down. So when there was crowd or there was new passengers in the bus, now Vali was now afraid of losing her seat, so she sat down. An elderly woman came and sat beside her. Are you all alone, dear? She asked Vali as the bus started again. So now an elderly woman came and sat near Vali and she asked Vali if she was traveling alone. And the bus had started to move again. Vali found the woman absolutely repulsive. Repulsive means causing strong dislike. So why she was just looking repulsive? Vali did not like that woman. Why? Because such big holes she had in her earlobes and such ugly earrings in them. So she had big holes in her earlobes and she was wearing ugly earrings. That's why Vali didn't like that woman, didn't like the appearance of that woman. And she could smell the betel nut the woman was chewing and see the betel juice that was threatening to spill over her lips at any moment. So here we also come to know the reason of her disliking that lady. The juice of Vali could smell betel nuts she was chewing, and the juice of betel nut was about to come out of her mouth. So Vali thought, uh, that's why Vali, we can say, didn't like that lady. Oh, who could be sociable with such a person? So that's why Vali thought, who can be a friend of such a woman? That's why she didn't like to talk with that lady, to talk with that woman. Yes, I am traveling alone, she answered curtly. Curtly means showing displeasure. That means we can say in a harsh manner, in a harsh tone. She just answered that yes, I am traveling alone. And I have got a ticket too. And I also have a ticket. I have also got a ticket. So rudely she replied that she was traveling alone and she had a ticket also. Yes, she is on her way to town, said the conductor with the 30 paise ticket. So the conductor also told the woman that Vali was going to the town after buying a 30 paise ticket. Now Vali, oh, why don't you don't you mind your own business, said Wali. Now, Wali told conductor to do his own work. That means he should not join their conversation. But she laughed all the same, and the conductor laughed too. But no doubt, she told conductor to do his own work, but then she laughed also. That means we can say Wali was not so angry, and she laughed, and then conductor also laughed. But the old woman went on with her drivel. Drivel means silly nonsense. So the old woman continued her nonsense talk. She asked, is it proper for such a young person to travel alone? Do you know exactly where you are going in town? What is the street? What's the house number? So she asked Wali if she knew where exactly in the town would she go, and what is the street and what is the house number. So she just asked so many silly questions to Wali, and or we can say she just continued her nonsense talk. You needn't bother about me. I can take care of myself, Wali said. So Wali told the lady to not to worry about her, and she declared also that she could take care of herself, turning her back towards the window and staring out. Then she turned her face towards the window and started looking out. Now move to next. Her first journey. What careful, painstaking, elaborate plans she had to make for it. So now we will come to know that how Wali had carefully made accurate and detailed plan for her first journey. First journey in the bus. She had thriftily saved whatever stray coins came her way. So, how she planned for her bus journey? She just saved how she saved the money, resisting every temptations to buy peppermints, toys, balloons, and the like. And finally, she had saved a total of 60 paise. So we come to know that by spending less money, she had saved whatever coins she randomly just received from anyone. She controlled her every wish to buy peppermints, then toys, balloons, and other such things. And finally, she had saved 60 paise. Then, how difficult it had been, particularly that day at the village fair, but she had resolutely stifled a strong desire to ride the merry-go-round, even though she had the money. So we also come to know how she saved the money. It had been very difficult not to spend money. It was especially difficult when there was a fair in the village, and though she had money, but with great determination, she just controlled her desire to ride merry-go-round. So, in this way, we can say she just controlled herself and just tried to every coin which was coming her way, and she was just tried to save the money for bus journey. After she had enough money saved, her next problem was how to slip out of the house without her mother's knowledge. So now she was able to save the money. So after she had saved the money, her next problem was how to go out of the house without knowledge of her mother. But she managed this without too much difficulty. But she did that without any other problem, without much difficulty. How it was? Every day after lunch, her mother would nap from about 1 to 4 or so. So, how she managed that her every day after taking lunch, her mother used to sleep from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Wali always used these hours for her excursions, as she stood looking from the doorway of her house. So, during this period of time, Wali used to stand at the doorway of her house. Sometimes even ventured out into the village, and today these same hours could be used for her first excursion outside the village. So, she during that period of time, Vali used to stand at the doorway of her house when her mother used to sleep from 1 to 4, and sometimes she took the risk of going out of her house into the village. And today, during this period of time, she will be going out of her village for the first time, for the his her first journey in the bus. The bus rolled on, now cutting across a bare landscape, now rushing through a tiny hamlet or past an odd wayside shop. So now the bus was moving through an area that didn't have any house. A bare landscape was there. Uh, that didn't have any house, and now the bus was moving through an area that had small groups of houses or a shop on the side of the road. Sometimes the bus seemed on the point of gobbling up another vehicle that was coming towards them, or a pedestrian crossing the road. So sometime it appeared that the bus would collide with another vehicle coming from other side, or with the person crossing the road. So these were the experiences, or these were the incidents, or we can say the scenes which Vali was experiencing. Then, but lo, somehow it passed on smoothly, leaving all obstacles safely behind. Trees came running towards them, but then stopped as the bus reached them, and simply stood there helpless for a moment by the side of the road before rushing away in the other direction. So these are the feelings, these are the thoughts of Vali which are coming to to her mind, that how the scene is going on outside the bus. So somehow the bus moved on smoothly and peacefully. So what it means, that accident didn't occur, and all obstacles were left behind, and the bus moved ahead. The trees at the distance appeared running but stopped as soon as the bus stopped. But trees again started running when the bus moved. So these are the only assumptions of Vali. We all know that. Now, suddenly Vali clapped her hands with glee. Glee means happiness. So, suddenly Vali just clapped her hands. She started clapping her hands with happiness. What was the reason? A young cow, tail high in the air, was running very fast, right in the middle of the road, right in front of the bus. So, a young cow was just running very fast in the middle of the road and right ahead of the bus. Its tail uh, the bus slowed to a crawl, and the driver sounded his horn loudly again and again. But the more he honked, the more frightened the animal became, and the faster it galloped, always right in front of the bus. So we just see this thing, that its tail was high in the air due to fear, and it was just running in the middle of the road right ahead of the bus, and the driver slowed down the bus to a very slow speed, and then the driver sounded the horn again and again. But whenever he sounded the horn, the cow became more frightened, and it ran faster in the front of the bus. This incident was very funny to Vali, and she laughed uh, so much that she just laughed too much. And somehow this was very funny to Vali. She laughed and laughed until there were tears in her eyes. So we come to know that this incident was very funny to Wali, and she laughed too much that tears came to her eyes. That means these tears are due to happiness, what she was just getting after seeing that, after noticing that incident when a cow was just running very fast towards the bus. Hey lady, haven't you laughed enough? Called the conductor. Better save some for tomorrow. But here the conductor told Wali that she had already laughed a lot and he advised her to save some of her laugh for tomorrow. That means eventually the cow just moved away from the road. Right? At last the cow moved off the road. Up to here we will do. The rest of the chapter will be continued in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.